Okay, what I want to do in this video is I want to show you how to write your own function in Vex Code, also called a my block in Vex Code, in order to move a motor, such as one attached to, say, a claw or an arm that goes up and down. What I've got is I have your standard Vex IQ version 2 demo bot with the demo claw attached to it. And I've got the claw motor, let's see, it's in 4. Have the claw motor attached to port number 4. And then the motor's attached to 1 and 6. So let's get started up here on the screen. It's really not that difficult. Let me get the robot turned back on. There we go. Okay. So here I am in Vex Code. Let me zoom in a little bit here. Here I am in Vex Code. And the first thing I want to do is I want to get my robot set up. So I need to add devices to it. I need to add any motors, drivetrains, sensors, etc. that I'm going to be using. So I'm going to come right over here to this right here. Well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to connect. Let me do that. So I'm going to come over here to brain. Some computers you'll have to do this, some not. Like I know my students' Chromebooks, they never have to connect, but I know on my PC on Windows, I have to connect each time I connect the robot. I'm not sure about Mac because I've never used it on Mac. But anyways, it's pretty simple. I'm going to hit connect. I've got the robot plugged in with the USB cable and I've got it turned on. I'm going to hit continue right here. And I'm going to select the Vex Robotics Communications port, which for me is COM8. Don't select the user port. Make sure you select the Vex Robotics Communications port. I'm going to hit connect. And there we go. Now I'm ready to go. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to come over here to this button right here. It looks like one of the ports on the Vex IQ robot brain controller. So I'm going to add that. And I'm going to add a drivetrain. In fact, the drivetrain is already there. So let me hit delete. This is from an old project, so let me hit delete here. Okay. So I'm going to select this right here, this icon right here. And I'm going to add a device. I'm going to add a drivetrain to my robot. And my left motor is plugged into port number 1. And my right motor is plugged into port number 6. So my left motor, select a port, port 1. And then my right motor is in port 6. And then I'm going to choose brain inertial. And then done. Okay, so that's my drivetrain, which I'm not actually going to be using in this video at all, but I wanted to add it just to show you. Now what I've got to do is I've got to add the motor that I want to control my claw with. So that's going to be this motor right here, which is plugged into, what did I say, plugged into 4? Yeah, it's plugged into 4. So let's come over here, let's add a device, and I just want to add a single motor. And it's 4. And I'm going to change the name to claw. There we go. You can change it to whatever you want. If you got an arm, you can change it to arm, whatever it might be. But it's descriptive. And there we go. I'm going to hit done. Okay. So when you move, or you want to move this particular claw motor, I think most people probably understand how to do that. What I'm going to do is when we press start, just as a demo, I'm going to spin the claw forward. Well, let's instead of this, let's do it. Spin the claw forward, say, I don't know, let's go 20 degrees. And then let's come over here to control. And let's wait. Wait, there we go. Click on control right here. And then let's wait. Oh my gosh, come on. There we go. Let's wait 2 seconds. Okay. Let's come back over here to motion. Yeah, motion. That's what I want, motion. And let's spin the claw motor. Reverse for 20 degrees. And so what should happen is it should go one way, wait 2 seconds, and then go the other way. And we're going to find out if we have to go forward or reverse to close it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect to my controller. I'm having a little bit of issues with my robot. Every time I move it, it jiggles the cable and it disconnects from my computer. Don't know if that's because of my computer cable or what. But anyways, let me just go back over to communications port, hit connect. Let me get rid of this. All right, so I'm connected. I'm hit download. There we go. Now let's hit run or start. So let's see if this works. There we go. And now 2 seconds later, it should go the other direction. Yeah, it worked. Let me increase that a little bit more. Let's come over here and let's go 45 degrees and then 45 degrees. And let's hit download again. And let's hit start. All right. It's calibrating. There we go. Closes. And then open. So now I know that to close my claw, I got to move forward 45 degrees, and to reverse my claw, I got to go, or to open the claw, I got to go reverse for 45 degrees. In addition, I'm always going to start my robot with the claw open. And something else I can do, I can come over here and make sure that we set the claw position to 0 degrees. What that does is it essentially resets the internal counter for the claw position, so it always starts at saying this right here, the open position is 0 degrees. And you'll see that doesn't have any effect on it. Should go close and then open. There we go. Now this is great. This is fine. And every time you wanted to open or close your claw, you could do this. You could say, spin the claw forward or backwards or whatever it might be. But wouldn't it be better if we just had a block that said, hey, open claw or close claw, whatever it might be? And we can do that, okay? And that's called My Blocks, which is right over here. And we click on that, we've got an option that says Make Block. This is essentially like making a function in another language, like say Python or C or JavaScript or whatever it might be. I'm going to make my own blocks. I'm going to click on Make Block. And right here, I can name it. So let's make a function called Open Claw. Okay. Now all this stuff right here, we can add inputs to it, like how far we might want to open and a few other things, but that's a little advanced for what we want to do right now. For now, let's just have a function that opens the claw and closes the claw. So I'm going to do open claw. I'm going to click OK. So now right here, notice this says, let me make this a bit smaller now. Define open claw. So we have to define it. We have to say what to do when we open the claw. So really what I want to do is I just want to put this code right here, okay, in the open claw. So what happens is when I use this block now called open claw, what happens is, and that's over there in my blocks now, if I want to use it, I click on my blocks and there we go, there's my open claw block. So when I call open claw, when I use it, what happens is it jumps from here and executes this stuff right here, the set claw position to 0. Remember, that doesn't actually move the claw. That just resets its position counter to 0 degrees, okay? Now then, I can make a function called close claw. So let's do the same thing. Can't type tonight. All right, there we go, close claw. I'm gonna click OK. And the same thing, I'm gonna define the close claw. Well, it's going to look exactly like, I'm going to drag this out, I'm going to duplicate it, okay, and then put it all back. It's going to look exactly like open claw, only we're going to go reverse for 45 degrees. So now I can get rid of this, press delete, and now I can come over here to close claw. And so now it should do exactly the same thing. Remember, I'm going to start with my claw open right here, and if I come over here, click download. Now what happens when started, when we hit start, it's going to execute this open claw block. It's going to come over to here and execute the stuff we have under open claw. So it's going to set the claw position or the counter to 0 and then spin the motor forward for 45 degrees. And by the way, if yours doesn't open, it might be that you've got to reverse it. And you can go reverse for open and forward for close. All right, let's give it a try. Let's see if this works. I think I downloaded it. Let me just make sure. Let me download it again. Okay, I did. Let's hit start. All right, we're calibrating inertial. There we go. We close, wait 2 seconds, and then we opened. So there we go. So we can make blocks to do just about anything that we want. We use these blocks. We define a new block or a new function whenever we want to do something over and over, do the same thing over and over again. Maybe we've got a really long program, we're playing some type of a game, and we're going to have to open and close our claw, dozens upon dozens of times. And we don't want to write this code over and over again every time we do that. In addition, this makes it easier to read and see what's going on. Oh, we're going to open our claw. Then we're going to do some other stuff. Oh, then we close our claw. And that's a whole lot easier to read than that's a whole lot easier to read than a whole bunch of these right here. Okay. So why don't you give it a try? Write a function, or a my block to raise arms, open claws, etc. If you got any questions, just let me know. Thank you. Bye-bye.